Hello and welcome to this video. In the last video, I indicated that interview scheduling in the DV 2023 program is not expected to go as far as has been the case in recent years. So in today's video, I will be discussing a number of reasons for that. So now let's go into them. So, as I was saying, interview scheduling in this year's program is not expected to go too far. There are a number of reasons which I'm going to share with you now, and those reasons are connected to different DV programs. The first reason is connected to the DV 2020 and DV 2021 programs. The second reason is connected to DV 2022, and the third and final reason is connected to your program DV 2023. So let's begin with the DV 2020 and DV 2021 programs. During both of those programs, at a certain time of the program year, the diversity visa program was suspended. And so at the end of each of those years, the visa office allowed interview scheduling to continue into the month of August and the month of September in order to make up for the time lost during previous months. So during both of those programs, interview scheduling continued into the month of August and the month of September. But those were unusual circumstances. Prior to those two programs, interview scheduling came to an end very early in the month of August. And the reason for that was because of the 2-month interval in the diversity visa program, which most of you are already aware of. For example, cases that are scheduled in the month of May are interviewed in the month of July. Those scheduled in the month of June are interviewed in the month of August. And those scheduled in the month of July are interviewed in the month of September. Although there are some exceptions where you will have only 1 month interval in cases where embassies signal to the visa office that they still have spaces to conduct interviews at the end of the following month. So in such a case, you could have an interview scheduled, for example, in the month of July, and that interview is conducted at the end of August. Those are exceptional cases, but what is normal is the 2-month interval that most of you are already aware of. So keeping to that 2-month interval, it means that cases scheduled in the month of August are meant to be interviewed in the month of October. And we are all aware that October is the beginning of the new program. And from all indication, we can see that that original order of things is beginning to be reapplied in the diversity visa program. So for that reason, interview scheduling is not expected to go far into the month of August. Now, the second reason, as I said, concerns the DV 2022 program. The DV 2022 program should have been the return to how things were done before DV 2020 and DV 2021. Unfortunately, once again, interview scheduling continued into the month of August and the month of September. But this time around, it was not because of COVID-19. It was rather because of those who were in charge of administering the DV 2022 program. Around the end of 2021, I made a number of videos. By that time, a lot of you were not following this channel because you had not been selected in the diversity visa lottery. However, in those videos, I explained that there was a new team in charge of the diversity visa program. So the DV 2022 program was actually their first full program to administer. As a result of that, there were a number of errors committed during the DV 2022 program. Now, the team that was new at the time now have the experience from the DV 2022 program, and errors they committed during the DV 2022 program, we do not expect them to repeat those same errors in the DV 2023 program. So that is a second reason why interview scheduling is not expected to go too far in this year's program. And then the third and final reason, which is the most compelling, which I said is connected to the DV 2023 program itself, are the SEAC data. Now, if we should consider the SEAC data at the end of last Friday, a total of 41,411 visas had been issued out. Now, in addition to that, there are the AP cases and the cases on 221G. But I'm not going to take into consideration both of those categories for a reason that I'm going to explain before I get to the end of this video. So for the 1,411 visas issued so far, and then we have close to 20,000 applicants whose cases are either ready for interview or in transit. If we should consider that at least 60% of those ready and in transit cases will eventually be issued visas, and that is the worst possible case scenario, it should actually be higher than that, and we add that to the 41,411 visas that have already been issued, it means that the current projection of visas to be issued has exceeded 53,000, without considering the AP and 221G cases. So we can say that those whose cases have not yet been scheduled for interview have around 2,000 visas left, although some of those visas should go to adjustment of status cases, but that also I'm not considering. So having 2,000 visas left for those who are yet to be interviewed, it means that interview notifications to be sent out are less than 1,000. And those less than 1,000 or approximately 1,000 interview notifications can actually be sent out in a relatively short time. Highest, a few weeks. That is another reason and the most compelling why interview scheduling will not go as far as it has done in recent years. Now, let me just talk about the 221G and AP cases before we end. I said that I'm not taking them into consideration, and this should draw the attention of those who are on AP or 221G and who believe the general notion out there that AP and 221G cases are generally reviewed and issued during the 2 final months of the diversity visa program. In earlier years, that was the case, but that actually happened because by the time you get close to the end of the fiscal year, there were many visas still remaining. Imagine you get in the month of September and then you have as many as 15,000 visas still remaining to be issued out. And so embassies thought it wise then that considering that the program is about to end and there are many visas that will not be issued at the end of the day, by their own goodwill, they decided to review AP cases and issue most of them. But in the case of the DV 2023, where we just saw that it's going to be easy to reach the 55,000 visas, then embassies are under no obligation to review and issue most AP or 221G cases. So that should be a caution to those of you who are on AP or 221G. So if you should consider the reasons that I cited earlier, you will see that interview scheduling will not go as far in the DV 2023 program as it did in recent programs. So that is it. That is all we have in this video. Thanks for watching it. See you, God willing, in the next one. Goodbye.